License to Krill. It's interesting. I looked up the number of Krill games on Board Game Geek, and there's not too many of them, but almost all of them are a pun. This one here it comes with a stuffed little whale, but inside the whale, the cards come out of his mouth, and he's actually used over the course of the game. Here's how it plays. In this game, you have a certain number of these cards out based on the number of players. I'm showing you a 5-player setup here. And on the player's turn, they're going to take the top card of any one of these, and they'll put that card in front of them. Everyone starts with 1 red kelp, which is worth -1 point, although at the end of the game, whoever has the most kelp will get 3 points. So if I take this one, Shrimply the best, it's 3, but also it is 0 points if I have the most total cards. So I don't want to get too many cards if I take that. When you take a card, if it shows a shark at the top when you take it, you will also activate the bottom one. These say clockwise, counterclockwise by 2. That means you're moving this big whale stuffy around. And this matters because at the end of your turn, after you're refilling here, you will draw the top whale card. Pass the whale once clockwise. Not a big deal. Nothing might happen. Move the whale to the person with the most sardines. Or krilling times. When this happens, whoever's the whale target has to feed the whale a card, and you just stick it in the mouth because this is where all the cards get stored in the game between games anyway. So that's not so bad. I gave him a -1 card, but if it happened to me again, I would have to give up this better card. So I want this whale to pass from me. And so this will continue. The game end is triggered by these whale cards. At the end, there's some final krill cards, and one of those final krill cards is the krilling blow. The game is finished, and the whale target feeds 1 card. Whoever has the whale feeds it to the whale. And you'll get a kelp card unless you're feeding a kelp when that happens, which is great. If you're trying to get the most kelp, the kelp cards eventually turn into, there's a golden kelp at the bottom, which can give you more points. And that's it. At the end of the game, you're simply adding up all the points in your cards. Some are like sardine cards. If you have 3 of them, they're worth 3 points each. Some cards are 3, but 0 if I have any mono krill, so I don't want to have too many mono krill cards. Just one of them is fine. And that's whoever's the highest score is the winner. I want to like this game. I mean, who's going to argue against a stuffed whale wearing a tie? And the concept of drafting a card to get points and then moving the whale around sounds interesting. But at the end of the day, this one here is just a 5 out of 10 for me. And the reason why is while there's some amusing things to this game, at the end of the day, it's really kind of random. It's also a bit of take that. I take this card and I move it clockwise. I don't want to take this card because if it moves clockwise, it will come to me. Okay, there's some strategy there, but the rest of the time it's there. And then drawing that whale card, the whale's in front of me, nothing happens. The whale's in front of you, bam, it eats one of your cards. It just feels kind of random. And so the game goes by and there's the typical scoring cards we often see in this game. This one's 3, but if you have another one, it's worth 0. This one's 1 by itself, but if you have both of them, now they're both worth 2. That's cool, and I don't mind those scoring cards, but they need to have a stronger game behind them. So while this is an amusing game that I could see people maybe enjoying just because, hey, you're moving a stuffed whale around and laughing at other people, I also feel like it's a little bit too many rules, too short at the same time. It just didn't do it for me. So license Krill.